online event link or Zoom?
Hey everybody, we're live now. It's so great to have you here. My name is Mynyna. I'm part of the SAP Community team, and this is a coffee chat for you guys, for us all, to count down to Devtoberfest, but also really to get together, get to know each other, for you to ask questions if you have any, for you to learn from firsthand from Tom Young and Vitaly Nikki and AJ, who are part of the developer advocate team, of anything that you missed that you want to know. And for any one of you who hasn't been part of the earlier Devtoberfest celebrations yet, or even consider to join this year, I think, yeah, after this call, I hope you will be convinced. It's beautifully sunny here in Southwest Germany. I don't know where you're dialing in from. It would be really great to know where you're from, because the Devtoberfest community is already very big. I'm super excited. We already have around 1,600 members in the Devtoberfest group in the community, and you're part of it. So super excited to have you guys celebrate with us, being a developer, learning together, having fun, and yeah, really enjoying the 4 weeks that are coming up in less than, or not less than 3 days. So the countdown has really started. Devtoberfest is starting the 18th of September. And yeah, we have lots of sessions, lots of fun content planned. You see the team is joining, more and more people who are excited to celebrate together. And yeah, I already looked in the community. I mean, as a community advocate, I'm always in there. I know what the topics are, what you're talking about, and especially in the coffee corner, what brought me to this this meeting now is that one of you had been asking for, hey, can we have a coffee chat? Can we not come together and just, exchange on what we've learned in the previous years, but also just get excited together about what's coming up in this year's Devtoberfest. But it's also a great way for all of us to kick it off and really learn more from the developer advocates here, highlights, what not to miss, and all of that. Some of you have shared their reasons of why they attended in the previous years and why they are so excited to attend this year. And a lot is about learning, having fun, getting to know the community. And I think this is really why we're here. So if you have any thoughts, comments, share them in the live stream chat. Always reach out. You know where you can find us. But most importantly, if you haven't done so yet, join the Devtoberfest group where we can continue to exchange. But yeah, so far from my side, I'm happy to really have this introduction to all of you. But yeah, I would like to hear more from the developer advocates, but also from you guys. I mean, this is really our time as community to, just speak out loud what your thoughts are around Devtoberfest, why you're here, what brought you to this session this morning or during the day, wherever you're joining from. And yeah, let's have a chat.
Well, it's good to see we've got some people that have joined the Zoom session live. So anybody that's on here can, of course, come off mute and say hello. I don't know, did you want to do a round of introductions with the people that are on? And of course, we have our audience that's watching live on YouTube as well.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Knowing that we have some folks that joined here in Zoom, which is really great. I think it's also good to know a little bit about each other.
Well, I can start. Thomas Young, and I lead the Developer Advocates team. Great to see everyone this morning. We're excited for Devtoberfest as well. We've been working on it for months, so you know, when you're living with something day to day and trying to get ready for it for months, it's kind of weird when it finally gets here. So yeah, we're all really excited. Glad to see so many people this morning, and yeah, going to the next person here to introduce themselves.
Vitaly, do you want to go next?
Can I start with a question? Thomas, what time is it for you?
It's 3 a.m. here.
That's what we call dedication for the success of this event.
Night owl.
Thanks for joining. Sure. So my name is Vitaly. I hope that sound is coming okay. I'm one of the developer advocates, and this year, similarly to the previous one, I am responsible for Data and Analytics Day. But this time, we are obviously extending this with the super important topic, something that everyone wants to know about, or at least everyone is using it. I'm talking about artificial intelligence, or AI, and here, obviously, Nora, our developer advocate from Hamburg, Germany, is being involved and doing a lot as well. And I don't remember if I mentioned, joining from Wrocław, Poland. So maybe Nora, over to you.
Yeah, as Vitaly said, I'm Nora. I'm based.
You were saying you're based in Hamburg, but then we lost you.
And my huge spreadsheet with all kinds of activities that you can do to collect points and obviously earn prizes in the end. Yeah, so I'm also really excited because the first time I'm actually being part of Devtoberfest and then leading the contest, which is also for me very exciting. The Antonio came on. Orshipa, hi.
Hi, okay, I'll go next. Hi everyone, I'm Shilpa. I'm based out of Bangalore, India. And it's my first time participating, or rather being in Devtoberfest, and quite excited. We just started a new team here in Bangalore. I'm focusing on ABAP Cloud, RAP, and CAP topics. So that happens on Monday. So every Monday you get to see some sessions on ABAP, and we have combined CAP on Monday. So with that, I'll hand over to my colleague, Sheena.
Yeah, hi everyone. This is Sheena, and I also joined this year in the new team in India. So, and as Shilpa said, this is the first time I'm also attending Devtoberfest. So I'm focusing on the ABAP Cloud, RAP, CAP topics on Monday. And we are also in the middle of a lot of preparations for this huge event. So looking forward. Thank you. I'll hand it over to Ajay.
Yeah, hello everyone. So my name is Ajay, and I'm a developer advocate, and I'm based in SAP Labs Bangalore. And then I'll handle topics for cloud application programming model. And I'm excited to see the festival starting from Monday. And I think it would be great, all of you joining there. So that's all.
One of the participants who wants to go next? Ashwet, I see you. Hey.
Hi everyone, Ashwet here from India as well. I don't know if we are the only partners here, but we are from Ascent. Primarily, the company is based out of the USA and Texas. But first time as well joining the Devtoberfest. All of our colleagues are registered for it, and we will be attending with full force. I have Sharath here today. Would you like to go next, Matt?
Yeah. Hey everyone. This is Sharath. I hope everyone is having a lovely day. So, as I have mentioned, we are from one of the SAP partner companies, and I'm a front-end developer. So, I'm pretty excited. This is the first time I'm part of this Devtoberfest. So, yeah.
Nice. Who wants to go next?
I can go next. Hi, hola, SAP developers. I'm looking at you, Vitaly. I know you always smile when I say that. So yeah, I've been organizing the integration track, which is a new track introduced this year. So make sure to check it out. It's on Wednesdays in case you're interested, I don't know, learning different things about related to connectivity or tools for integration developers or APIs and event-driven architectures. There's a bit for everyone there. So yeah, I'm very excited about it, and I'm looking forward to Wednesday where our first sessions go live. I'll be sharing the link on the chat so that you can see all the sessions that are part of the integration track.
Awesome. How about the rest? Claire, Sabana, Arvind, you joined. Don't be shy. What is it that you want to know, or maybe also want to share? How did you learn about Devtoberfest, and what are you excited about?
Guten Morgen alle.
Guten Morgen.
Ich bin Shaborno. So I'm working at Deloitte, and as you know, I am actually SP enthusiastic like all of you. I want to hear from you guys. I want to get some guidance on AI, on new technologies, automations, CAPM, RAP, all of it. I want to learn about BTP more, and I'm excited to participate in Devtoberfest.
Very nice. Great to have you.
There's a lot of AI, right, Nora? But I would say, something that I've seen at least this year is that AI has basically spread everywhere because, for example, even as part of the integration track, there's an integration topic there where there's some AI in it. There's also in SAP build, for example, in the low code, no code track as well, there is some AI in it. So it's basically, I know that I would imagine that there's something related to RAP as well. There's some GPT there infused there. So yeah, I think that AI is a topic that has spread across. It's not just let's build a model and put it to production. It's like it's infused in different products and services. So yeah, I guess you've got to keep an eye on different places to learn about the latest AI innovations across the different SAP products.
Definitely. I saw a new person joining. Mohit, you were on camera. I saw you. It's good to see you. Where are you dialing in from? That's, I think, so nice, really, that we can all connect. I mean, at whatever time. Now it's live, but even this, you can watch as a recording. And I think it's really beneficial for Devtoberfest as well, that you can participate in your own speed whenever you have or want to take the time to learn. That's something I like about the concept a lot. Now,
So we do have a question from the chat in the live stream. Somebody asked about the open source initiative for the SAP Cloud Application Programming Model. Is it released to be used outside the SAP ecosystem? And I can address this at least partially here. So there is a partial open source initiative around the Cloud Application Programming Model. Certain components of it are now released as separate NPM packages under a different namespace. For instance, the Postgres and SQLite adapters are released under the separate plugin packages, and those are fully open sourced in that they are released under an Apache license. And we already see community contributions to them. And that was one of the main benefits of releasing them as open source is the community can directly contribute to them. But the core of the cloud application programming model itself, which is still the at SAP/CDS package, it's still under the SAP developer license agreement, which if you go to NPN and look up the package, the at SAP CDS package, you can click there and you'll get the license, the SAP developer license agreement. So technically this isn't your traditional open source, meaning it is free of use, but there are some limitations around connecting to SAP systems using this license, that you can't use it to extract data, say from an ERP system or S/4HANA system, free of charge, particularly when connecting to third-party applications. So there are some limitations. It doesn't allow direct contributions from the community like a standard open source license. But this person did then go on to ask, can CAP be used with a Postgres SQL outside of the SAP ecosystem? We want to help a nonprofit organization with an application using our SAP knowledge. I'm not a lawyer and I can't give you legal advice about the license agreement, but I would encourage you to read the license agreement. I think you'll find that sort of thing will work, but it still has to be I have to say this as not a lawyer and can't give you legal advice about our license agreement, but you do review the SAP developer license agreement, and hopefully after reviewing that, it will answer your questions about whether you could do that scenario. I had to be careful here when you get into licensing and legal agreements as to what advice we can give there, but hopefully that helps address that question. Back over to you, Mynyna.
Yeah, I was wondering if we can talk a bit more about, I don't know, the contest or some how to best get started, not to miss sessions, maybe some tips, tricks, where to navigate and where to get an overview of all sessions. All of that, I think, is good to know.
Tom already shared the screen, so okay, go ahead.
Nice.
Yeah, I can go ahead and share. If I get the little Zoom bar out of the way here, I'll go ahead and share. So first of all, when it comes to Devtoberfest, the home of everything is the SAP Community Group. So, and maybe I'll even back up here. I had it already in the group. So if you just come to SAP Community, of course, you can go to the groups on the top navigation bar, and you can go to all groups, but you could also go to activities, because that's where we'll be listed under. And if we come into the activity groups, right away, you'll see Devtoberfest is one of the activity groups, along with SAP TechEd, which is taking place in just a few weeks as well. And Devtoberfest has always been meant as an event to get everybody ready for TechEd, and a lot of the stuff that we're going to share and teach and practice in Devtoberfest is the kinds of foundational knowledge you need to take best advantage of what's coming in TechEd in just a few weeks. All groups, but you could also go to activities. That's where we'll be listed under. So someone's audio. Activity groups, right away you'll see Devtoberfest is one of the activity groups, along with SAP TechEd, which is.
In case you missed it.
Yeah, somebody's audio is echoing back a little bit there. I think somebody has the live stream turned on another monitor. But
Yeah.
All right, so just to continue, when you come in to the Devtoberfest group, now I don't have a join button anymore because I've already joined the group. But if you haven't joined the group, you will see a join button, and you'll you'll want to click that join button because that's what enters you into the contest. You have to join the group, which 1,659 other fellow community members have done. But you have to join the group if you want to participate in the contest because, you know, once again, for legal reasons, to enter a contest, we need an action that you do to say that you're accepting the terms and conditions and all the stuff that keeps the lawyers happy, everything that's listed in the official rules that are right here on the main page. So if you want to review any of the legal rules as far as what countries are allowed to participate in the contest, or the other stipulations about the prizes, the time frame that it'll run, that's all listed here in the Devtoberfest group. But of course, by joining it, you accept those terms and conditions to be part of the contest. Now, the contest this year, very similar to last year's, we're going to have a bunch of activities that you can do that are a natural part of Devtoberfest, tutorials that go along with the content that we're talking about. We'll have little quizzes that you complete for attending the live educational sessions where you can answer a few questions and then get points in the contest for having attended those educational sessions. We'll have fun activities, lots of opportunities for you to earn points. And we try to give out like more activities than what it takes to get to the top tier of the contest, because we've got lots of different topics, as everybody in the introduction talked about, different days of the week. We're going to cover different topics, and not everybody might be interested in every topic. Not everybody might be able to participate every week, but all the content's designed that during the entire month you can complete it at any time. And also, although we release contest activities every week, you have the entire month to complete them. So you don't have just to the end of the week. You've got the entire month of Devtoberfest to complete them. But what everybody's probably interested in is, you want to track your activity, so you can come to the game board that we have listed in the community, and then you just need to put your community ID onto the end of the URL. And I'll talk more about that in just a second as to where you can go to find that community ID. And this is going to show you where you are on the game board. And as you earn points, your little avatar will progress through the game board through the different levels of the contest. And we have different prizes that you can achieve at the different levels of the contest. But before I get back to the prizes, it can be a little bit confusing as to what ID you need to put in here, because we've got community ID, you've got a community groups ID, which can be different. We've got universal ID, which you log in with your email address. But at least for right now, this year, as the last 2 years, this ID that we're looking for is your SAP Community ID. So it's the one that you get in the main SAP community. And the best way to find this is you can start from the community home, and if you log in, you'll go through the universal ID now that we have. So I'll just go ahead and put in my universal ID, my CAPTCHA. And this is kind of important. If you have multiple accounts linked to your community ID, be sure to choose the one that you've done your activity on in the past. The thing about universal ID is we can now have multiple accounts linked. But in the back end, as far as like the contest and the badges are concerned, only one of these probably has your tutorial activity and your badges on it. Now, if you do have multiple IDs linked to your SAP Universal ID, there is an account merge option that you can request, and we can put all of your past activity that might be spread across multiple accounts onto a single account. And some people are now encountering that, like they've had different IDs as they've worked for different companies over the years. We do have the ability to merge that history together. So I'm logged in now, and this ID that I want to get to is not my email address, of course, but if I go into my manage my account, it's going to take me to people.sap.com. And of course, I've got, sometimes I wonder, we're like Fort Knox here. We've got many layers of security here, don't we? Sorry.
It's good at like an SAP 101 how to log on.
Yep. All right, where's my... And I'll go ahead and put this in on the other window. All right, that didn't go so well. It's telling me I need to clear my browser cache. But if you go to your people profile, which I can't seem to do at the moment. Let's see if I can just go to the public version of it. Yeah. If it had gotten logged all the way in, then it would have taken me to my people profile, the screen that you see here, and your ID is shown right here at the top, right above your name. This is the ID that we're looking at for. So logging into the community, and then clicking on the little person icon in the corner and then doing manage account will take you here, or navigating to people.sap.com and logging in. This is the ID. Like in my instance, it's thomas.young, and that's what I put on the end of the URL, which is, as I pointed out, different than actually my community group's ID, which is not thomas.young, but thomas_young. So there are some differences there. So don't be confused. So hopefully that little walkthrough helps. Hopefully other people don't get the issue that I just got, that once I logged in, it told me it couldn't log me in. It need to clear my browser cache, but all right. While we're talking about the contest, once again, we have multiple levels of prizes for you. You can review the prizes here in the terms and conditions. Where do we have them listed? Right here. Well, we have the values. Yeah, here we are. Prize level 1 will be a digital Devtoberfest image. You'll be able to create a selfie. $0 value because it's an online fun activity. Prize level 2, or no, prize level 1 is the Devtoberfest image. Prize level 2 is the electronic selfie. Prize level 3, it will be an online Q&A session with an SAP leader. I think we can say now it's confirmed there that's going to be Jürgen Mueller, who will be meeting with the people that make prize level 3, and a voucher for an SAP Press ebook. And but then the one that I think people get really excited about is prize level 4, where we'll do a random drawing of everybody that makes it to the top tier of Devtoberfest, what we call Nerdvana here, in the game board. And then we'll have 10 winners get an all expense paid trip to go on a retreat. And if you saw any of the pictures, these can I make this bigger? Yeah, I can. These were the winners from last year's Devtoberfest. They got to come to Southern California, go to the Newport Beach office, the SAP Newport Beach office. We spent a day there with SAP leaders and having fun. We did a little hackathon. We programmed drones, and so it wasn't all super intense or anything. We had a lot of fun. And then the second day we went to Disneyland. So a great opportunity to to have some fun and learn things as well on this trip. But it was also cool to see how this group of strangers, for the most part, they had never met in person. They had only interacted in the SAP community. Really came together during the couple of days that they were on this trip, and I think really became good friends. And I know I was there with them. I had a great time on this trip as well. So very exciting opportunity with the grand prize.
And if you want to take part in the contest, you have to watch out for my blog posts, because every week I will be posting activities. I already finished the blog post for the first week, obviously. And there are like about 60 activities for next week, including like live sessions, tutorials that you can complete, quizzes, and also fun things. I think everyone knows the Devtoberfest from last year. I was told it's very famous and everyone loves it. We actually extended that a little bit this year too. So overall, I have like over 200 activities in my gigantic spreadsheet here. Each of those earn you points. And then you can, as Tom already said, always follow your progress on the game board. And also, obviously, your badges. You earn badges for your activities too.
So where will your blog posts be published?
In the Devtoberfest group in the SAP community. So join the group. That's really where everything happens.
And by the way, this weekend our family is buying a cat, so finally I can participate in Devtoberfest as well.
Oh, we need to buy an animal.
Time.
I was thinking I just bother someone on the street that has an animal and like.
I used my kids' toys like
that's also good.
years, but this time we are going like full scale.
Hey, but even if you don't have a pet, you can participate, right? So I mean, I don't have a pet, but I am an absolute animal lover. I love dogs. I love cats. I see stranger cats on the street, and so.
Or just find a squirrel or like a pigeon or something.
Yeah,
that'll also do.
we have had some interesting submissions in past years, so yeah. Also in the community, to keep track of all the activities that we have coming up, what you're going to want to do as well is you can go to the events section, and right here under events you see Devtoberfest events, and it'll list all the live sessions and all the educational sessions we're going to have. I really like to switch to the calendar view myself. It makes it easy to get a quick overview of everything that we have planned. For instance, here's the session that we're in right now going on. You can see here every day of the week, the last 2 weeks of September, the first 2 weeks of October, all the sessions that we have planned each day of Devtoberfest. We continue with the color coding to help you identify them, and we group everything by day of the week. So all the ABAP and CAP topics will be on Mondays, and we'll have a mixture of ABAP and CAP every Monday, and they'll all be color coded to green. Then every Tuesday is low code, no code topics, and they're all color coded with purple. Then we have the integration topics, Antonio's track that he was talking about earlier. They're all color-coded red and will all take place on Wednesdays. And we have data and analytics and AI. That's Vitaly and Nora. They're leading that track. And they are color-coded blue and will take place on Thursdays. And then on Fridays, we've got Michelle Modi from our team is leading the user interface or front end track. And all those sessions are color coded as orange. And we have our Fun Friday activities that will come along as well. For instance, next Friday will be Devtoberfest Day, and we color code those with yellow. Any general sessions or Fun Friday activities will be color coded with yellow. So it makes it easy to, at a glance, look at the calendar, see what's going to happen. Inside the calendar entries, if you click on one, you've got the link to the YouTube live stream. Everything will be live streamed or live premiered on YouTube. You can watch it and join it right from here, or you can go directly to YouTube. You can watch it after the fact. If you can't join live, all the recordings are immediately available at the same URL on YouTube. You can hit the RSVP, will you be attending? And then you'll get an email notification or reminder from the system 30 minutes before the session starts. You can also click the add to calendar, and it'll download a calendar file, so you can add it to your personal calendar, Outlook, or whatever it is that you use. So we try to make it easy for you to find your way to the sessions, easy to join them, easy to watch along or watch the recordings. So any questions about Devtoberfest overall, the contest, the activities, the schedule, anything that we can answer there?
Hi, Thomas. Mohit this side from India.
Hi there.
Yeah, so what I understood is we attend these sessions, and so the counter will increase as how many sessions we are attending, understanding the content.
Yeah, you get points. Well, there's a bit of an echo there again. So you do get, as Nora was saying, she's going to release a blog post every week. So the first one will come out this weekend in time for the start on Monday morning, of all the activities that you can do to earn points. Amongst those activities, there will be tutorials that you can complete. There will be what we call validation tutorials that will ask you questions about the various live educational sessions. For instance, if you go to this overview of ABAP Cloud that's taking place on Monday, then there will be a tutorial on developers.sap.com where you can go to and answer some questions about the content of the session. And after you answer those questions, then you'll get a badge, and that will get you points towards the contest. So the more educational sessions you attend, the more tutorials you do, the more points you earn, and that's how you build up through the levels of Devtoberfest. So the more you participate, the more you'll progress.
And I have a follow-on question on that. So as you said, we can watch the content as per our convenience. So we can take the participate in the contest maybe 1 day later. Still we will be able to get the points, right?
Absolutely. All the activities, all the educational sessions all month long. So even though that session is happening on Monday, technically you have until the end of the contest on October 13th to watch that session and answer the questions and get the points. We release the activities a little bit at a time, a group per week, to help people not be overwhelmed by all the things that they can do. But you have the entire month to complete your activities. So even if you say have vacation in the middle of the month and you miss a week, very easy to catch up, or anything like that, because all the activities are available the entire month of Devtoberfest.
Yes, and just to add something to that, the Devtoberfest is until the 13th of October, but you actually even have the weekend after, so until the 15th of October, you can still do tutorials and complete points, collect points, and complete the activities.
All right. Any other questions on the phone? If not, we do have some questions in the chat, so maybe I'll answer or read some of the questions in the chat, and then we can always come back and if anybody's got follow-up questions here on the Zoom as well. But we got one question here. Somebody wants to know more about RAP versus CAP, which is recommended to use, which programming model is the future moving forward. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a moment here. I can always go back to that if need be, but that I'll let more of the people on the call be seen in the live stream. I can take a shot at answering that wrap versus cap, but I'll say up front, every Monday during Devtoberfest is wrap and cap day, and that kind of should answer your question. And we did that somewhat intentionally because both are the programming models moving forward. It isn't a choice between wrap or cap. They're both core programming models for SAP. They functionally serve much of the same capabilities and concepts. One is obviously implemented in ABAP and runs on the ABAP runtime, and the other is implemented in Java and Node.js and runs on the more open cloud native kinds of runtimes, being Java and Node.js. So moving forward, you have your choice of both. One or the other, or a combination of the two, and really the main thing that most people will use to decide between the two is what skill set do you have? I mean, do you have a team of ABAP developers? Then you can build for the cloud and build BTP extensions and extend S4 using those same skills using ABAP and wrap. But if you have a team that doesn't know ABAP, coming in and they have no experience with ABAP, then you can use cap and use the more industry standard languages of Java or JavaScript. And I think you'll certainly see that if you tune in on Mondays, you're going to see a combination of the two. You're going to see how they have very similar capabilities and domain spaces, but the languages and the runtimes are obviously the differences there. And SAP will continue to support and utilize both of those. So hopefully that helps answer that question. We have one here that I don't know, maybe Nora, you might want to take a shot at. They want to know if there's going to be something more detailed regarding ChatGPT, specifically ChatGPT for Integration Suite, though, which is very specific. I don't know. I don't know if we have anything planned for that, but if you want to talk about anything that we have planned for ChatGPT and Devtoberfest, or do people have to wait till Tech Ed for more of that?
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, I honestly don't know which large language model is going to be. I mean, it's not ChatGPT, obviously, but I don't know if it's GPT or another large language model that one of the speakers is going to use, because we will have a session on question answering, it's called. And basically what that means is how can you kind of use prompt engineering basically to retrain your model a little bit. I'm always careful with saying retraining because you don't really retrain the model, right? But how can you kind of personalize it to your use case? I don't know which model he's going to use, to be honest. Probably GPT though, I'm guessing. And I know what he would have liked to do, but with that we have to wait for TechEd, and we can't announce it before. So we are going to use something, open source. And I do know that Antonio has something with integration and large language models, but maybe he can answer that question because I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen in that session.
Antonio's had to drop off.
Oh no.
And hopefully,
I know that there's a session with large language models and
question.
integration, but I'm not sure what he's exactly planning there.
But I believe that we should unpack this question a little bit, because I see here a little bit of the confusion. So ChatGPT is an application, right? And this is an application, one of many possible uses of the GPT, the machine learning or the large language machine model in that case. And if we are talking about the application, then kind of like it is ChatGPT that is the application, right? And then GPT-4 or 3.5 is the model. And this is one of many, many, many large language models out there as well, right? So it doesn't mean necessarily that SAP Integration Suite is going to use specifically ChatGPT, right? It might not even use the large language model called GPT-4, but it might use some of the others. But obviously, everyone is talking about ChatGPT, and therefore, I hope that the person who asked this was not ChatGPT agent or bot who just got there to promote that specific product.
Yeah, Vitaly is always so good at having the big picture. I'm always like, I'm so focused in that I'm like, yeah, of course it's not the same thing, but yeah.
There's a good follow-up question here. Is SAP planning to release anything related to conventional AI? I'm not sure what their context is they're meaning by conventional AI. I guess non-large language model based AI, image recognition, document recognition. I don't know if Nora, you want to talk about that aspect?
Obviously, I don't know the entire TechEd catalog, so I cannot say that we definitely have no announcement for like standard AI. I do know there's a really exciting announcement for generative AI, so including large language models. But I'm obviously not allowed to announce it now. You have to listen to TechEd to know more about that. Yeah, and there will be lots of, I mean, TechEd this year is all about AI. Like there's AI everywhere is, I don't know who said it before. I think Vitaly, it was you or Antonio, that AI is basically it kind of like spread to all the topics. So there's AI everywhere, and there's also going to be AI announcements that are not generative AI, so not large language models, but like normal neural networks or, like the statistical machine learning. There will be just a lot of machine learning at TechEd this year.
And if this question is indeed about deep learning, then it is just blowing my mind how we moved within just 10 years from something that was mind-blowing with convoluted neural networks 10 years ago, and now it is conventional AI.
Yeah.
Business as usual.
Especially because like actually the algorithm, the underlying machine learning model, this transformer model that is underlying for GPT and all these large language models, I know that SAP already, like the transformer is also part of the document information extraction service. And it has been for years. So we did have that architecture before, obviously not on such a big data set and like not as a large language model, but yeah, we have been using transformers too at SAP. So
yeah, and there was a follow-up comment here. Yes, waiting to know more about the ABAP side integrations with AI ML, which I can tell you there will be some of that announced at TechEd. So some of this, obviously, we're going to talk a lot about AI. We have an AI track here in Devtoberfest, but I think what you'll see is we'll give you some foundational knowledge again, to help you understand what's there, what some of the concepts mean, and things like that. And the new product announcements are obviously going to happen at TechEd, November 2nd and 3rd. So Devtoberfest and the questions you're asking, like in sessions like this, great to get you ready to be able to absorb and understand what those new product announcements are going to be that are going to come at TechEd. And if you're interested in ABAP and AI, we've already released a sneak preview of one of the things that's going to be shown even bigger at TechEd. But we have a video on the SAP Developers YouTube channel of using generative AI for code generation for ABAPers, as well as CAP developers. We're developing the same on both of those, and both we've done sneak preview videos that are available on the SAP Developers YouTube channel that lets you, through natural language prompts, generate entire applications, generate tests for applications, all kinds of cool stuff. And yeah, it's no secret that you're going to see a lot more of that at TechEd as well.
Which means if you haven't registered yet, make sure you do it and don't miss all the new announcements. So
yes,
registration to SAP TechEd to attend or even watch the recordings, get all of the news announcements. You can also join the TechEd group to continue discussing on that and asking all those questions that you have. I think it's a good way to stay connected on these curious minds that you have.
And was it mentioned that it will give you additional points as well?
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
You get 1,000 bonus points if you register. When you register for TechEd, you get 1,000 bonus points in Devtoberfest. So it can be a great way to get your first 1,000 points is by registering for TechEd, including the online virtual TechEd. So not just the in-person TechEd.
Yeah, and also we are actually planting a tree for everyone who signs up for Devtoberfest and TechEd to kind of like honor your participation. And that's actually the nicest badge this year. So just putting it out there if you want a nice badge, and a tree obviously planted somewhere.
So purposeful. No, I like it. What's the normal points that you get per session?
Per session? I would say like around 200. So like for a live session to attend it and then complete the validation tutorial, you get 200 points. And then depending on like the amount of work a tutorial has, it's between like, I think the lowest I gave for one tutorial was 50 because that was like 5 minutes or something, but usually they are like 15 minutes and then you get like 150 points or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then for the fun activities, it usually gives a little bit more because like it's fun, right?
Nice. Yeah. And 1,000 for TechEd. That's an easy catch.
Yeah. And then in the end, we have the scavenger hunt, which I will announce in week 3. That's last year we had that too. So in case you like missed some sessions or you don't like one of the topics, or I don't know, you were gone for an entire week and you want to catch up on points a little bit, we have the scavenger hunt with also quizzes, fun activities, and more tutorials where you can also collect points and kind of increase your level.
So good. No, very excited to see the contest and people participating.
Yeah, we are too.
Yeah, there's another question in the chat. I know we're almost at the top of the hour and out of time, and we're probably not going to be able to get to all the questions because there's been a lot of questions in the chat. So I encourage you, if we didn't get to your question, you can always go to the Devtoberfest group. It's also a discussion board. You can post your question there, particularly like the ones that we're getting here that are related to the content of Devtoberfest or how it ties into TechEd, or you've got some question of where to start with the learning of Devtoberfest. If we didn't answer it today on the live session, then you can go to the Devtoberfest group and post it there, and we'll answer it asynchronously because there's just not going to be enough time today to answer all the questions. But one of the other ones that just came in says, I was currently using the trial version of the Business Application Studio, which will expire after 90 days. So should I start practicing with VS Code? Please advise. So first I want to say the trial, yes, expires after 90 days, but at the end of 90 days, you can either renew it or sign up again. So the 90 days is more to make sure that someone just doesn't set up a bunch of services and resources and they run infinitely and forget about them, right? Because there's a chance to clear it up and make sure that people are continuing to use it. So if you're nearing the end of your first 90 days, doesn't mean you're going to be completely cut off. Certainly maybe export your projects that you have in the Business Application Studio, but at the end of your expiry, you're going to be able to either renew or restart your account. So you're not going to be cut off. But depending on what kind of development you're doing, VS Code is a viable option as well. In fact, we even have a hybrid approach where you can use VS Code on your local machine and connect to your workspace or your dev space, I should say, in the Business Application Studio. So it can be a nice way to combine the two, but you shouldn't be afraid that you're not going to have access to a free version of the Business Application Studio. Even if your 90 days is nearing, you'll be able to renew or recreate your account and be able to do all your Devtoberfest stuff in the free trial as well. So that's not going to end. I didn't know if there were other questions from those that joined live here in the Zoom. Anybody else want to come off mute and ask any question or share anything?
Yes. Hi, Thomas. Actually, I have asked a question in this forum itself. So just to ask, so do you see in future this LLM and GPT models are controlling SAP RPA build bots?
Nora, did you get that
Oh,
question?
sorry, can you ask it again? It was kind of like.
Yes. So my question is like in futures, do you see that this GPT models AI are controlling SAP built RPA bots? Am I audible?
Vitaly is getting on. I think he has an answer. Or what's that?
Yeah, so RPA, robotic process automation, one of the tools from SAP Build is, as the name says, has robotic in it, and therefore it is kind of like somewhat AI influenced, right? So ChatGPT or kind of like GPT technology are more going into conversational AI, while RPA is more of the kind of like execution automation, right? So even though it is fueled by AI models, these are what someone called today conventional AI more than the conversational AI or generative AI, at least the way as I see
it. And I'll add to that there are certainly, once again, tune into Tech Ed and particularly the keynotes at Tech Ed, where there will be some announcements regarding AI and the SAP Build product, and that's all I can say at this point. But know that there will be, like in many areas of SAP products and BTP overall, some very cool announcements at Tech Ed. Nothing that we can reveal beforehand, but there will be some announcements around Build as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any other questions from the participants here in the Zoom room before we wrap it up? Or Thomas, do you see any question in the chat that you would like to address?
There are many more, but I don't think we'll have time to get to them. I mean, that's why I did suggest to all those that still have remaining questions. There are several good ones that I would love to address, but we don't have enough time left. But I encourage them to come to the Devtoberfest group on the SAP community and post their questions there, and we'll certainly answer them there.
Yeah. Okay. Then yeah, why don't we do that? Everyone who's listening or watching the recording and has follow-up questions that haven't been addressed, then join us in the Devtoberfest group and let's continue the conversation. It was, I think, really great to have you all here. Heard some interesting facts, tips, and also, yeah, really now all getting excited towards the last couple of days before we start finally on Monday. I wish everyone a lot of fun. It was really great to have the team speaking about their topics and what they're doing, and also to have you guys showing up and exchanging on your questions with us.
All right. Thanks to everybody for joining. And look forward to seeing everybody in Devtoberfest sessions starting Monday.
Have a great day. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.